Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I've made a bit of a transformation with my channel. I used to be called Esther's Phalaenopsis Orchids, but lately I've been gathering quite a few more. So I've just decided to rename my channel as Esther's Orchids. So what's new in my collection that you haven't seen in the past? There are some recent additions and one that I've had for a while. So first of all, we'll start off with the one I have had the longest. And the light is not fantastic. We'll just try turning that round a little. So this is the Dendrobium. And this one here I got at the new Plymouth Orchid Show in January. So its name there is, if we can get some focus. No, really hard to get some focus. So it is Dendrobium Dreamtime Toby. So this is the very first flowering it's had for me. Really hard to get some pictures of the little wee flower there. So when I bought this last year, it was a division from someone else's plant and it had probably 5 canes. And since then it's done an amazing job to grow itself, plenty more canes for me. And that's an outside grower. This one always just sits outside in my back patio where it's undercover, but it does definitely get the rain. No, sorry, it does not get the rain, but it definitely gets the wind and the temperature variations of whatever's happening outside. So today we'll start with my newest orchids that I have just added to my collection. So today I had the privilege of going to a place here in Taranaki and seeing a local grower's collection, and I was gifted some orchids to get me started on my different kind of growing. So he gave me some Pleione, and it's a white one called Cutie, little bulbs that last year's bulb, where we're going to get some focus, there we go. So last year's bulb dries off and then it creates itself little new bulbs, and it will only flower from the new bulbs, and then that cycle will happen again. Okay, my next one is going to be a real challenge for me because I simply know nothing about it and I'm going to have to learn, so it's going to be a really steep learning curve. This is a Coelogyne Tomentosa, so it's definitely a species, and it has 2 flower spikes I'm going to have to be very careful of, just down there. Oops, let's get that in, and one on the other side of the pseudo bulb. So after this one flowers, I will probably put this in a basket maybe and have that in a hanging basket. And that one will also go outside. So that one's going to be a project for me to learn what to do. Okay, I also have some others that you haven't seen. 2 are new purchases. So I have Odontonia Papagenomia. So that's similar to a Mitloniopsis, just has a slightly bigger flower, and it's very new to my collection, so it hasn't flowered for me yet. I don't know if it has actually flowered, so this will be a watch and see how I go with that one. Okay, not an absolutely perfect plant, but I am sure that that one will keep growing. It's a slightly cooler grower from my indoor, from my Phalaenopsis. So this one here I purchased at the New Plymouth show in January this year, 2019. And when I purchased it, it had one very tiny pseudo bulb, which is down here. And it had this main pseudo bulb, and that was all it had. So since last year, it has grown this whole new growth here. And it's also starting with another little growth in here. Just this bit here is little new leaves. Oops, Hard to see. Get that one out of the way. So that little new growth in there has also come. And this one's name is Red Tide, Mitloniopsis Red Tide. And I paid $25 from that at the show, from that orchid nursery there. And it's been a trouble-free little orchid. So that's a Mitloniopsis. Okay, also new to my collection is another Mitloniopsis. This is a very, very recent purchase. So it is Red Knight times Red Bull. Again, not the perfect looking plant, but the new growth is healthy. And we'll see where we go with that one. Okay, also new. So I'll pop those two out of the way. This beauty here. So this came in the post this morning. This one was purchased off Trade Me for $46. So I certainly haven't owned one of these before. It has a beautiful fragrance. So its bulbs kind of look a bit weathered. And as of yet I've not repotted it. I've simply just given that one a good drink of water. It looked pretty dry. So this one is a Zygopedilum Bluebird. The older branch of flowers there have got a little bit damaged over time. This is the newer branch. It lost a bit off its flower there in transport. That's the best looking flower there. Okay, last but not least, also new to my collection from Trade Me is the AKA Raspberry Chocolate Oncidium. So I have repotted that since I brought it home, and since I like my clear pots, the best thing I could find that was the right size is a Systema container. But I will be able to watch its roots now, see what it's doing, give it plenty of water. Because at some stage it looks like it was kind of dry with its concertinaed leaves there. It has definitely had a spike, and the lady sent me the spikes with the old flowers so that I could have a wee sniff of the fragrance to see what it was going to be like. And yes, the older leaves do get a bit untidy. I'm really hoping that I can get this with some nice new beautiful green growth like this and get it going the way that it should want to grow. So that's its new growth in my repotting. So apart from my Cymbidiums that I also bought recently that are outside that I'll do a separate video on, that's the rest of my collection. Now you've seen it all. So thank you for joining me today on my channel. If you liked my video, give me a thumbs up. If you didn't like my video, give me a thumbs down and maybe leave me a comment. Subscribe to my channel if you're interested in watching how I progress with my orchid collection here in a home environment in New Plymouth, New Zealand. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye.